Okay. I'm laughing for a reason. So this is a music video reaction I'm about to do. And the person who paid for this song request is an actual real life best friend of mine. But if you know Cough Drop, who's on this channel at all, his his choices in music always baffle me. Like I've reacted to some of his songs requests, and I'm like, oh wow, that was fire. I loved it. And then I reacted to some other songs that he's requested, and I'm like, uh, okay. So I never know what to expect. Now, this one, the name of the group just made me laugh. So I'm all about laughter. So this is a reaction to Butthole Surfers. Yes, I said it correctly. Butthole Surfers. The song is called Pepper. So of course that name makes me laugh. Now, I don't assume or I don't or anything like that that I can watch it and end up loving it. I'll know soon or not. But anyway, you have to laugh and wonder when you hear a name like that, and if you know Cough Drop, then it all makes sense. A little something about them. Butthole Surfers were an American, oh, it says were an American rock band formed in San Antonio, Texas by singer Gibby Haynes and guitarist Paul Leary in 1981. The band has had numerous personal changes, but its core lineup of Haynes, Leary, and drummer King Coffey, the name sounds familiar, remained consistent since 1983. And their genre is alternative and indie. Okay. So, yeah, so oh, then let me just fully say then this is a song donation request. A Patreon, PayPal one from Cough Drop. Thank you, Cough Drop. Now, I'm always honest and I'm always authentic on this channel if you're new to the channel. So even though he's a best friend of mine in real life, I have told him many times if I liked his songs request or didn't. So you have to watch the reactions. But anyway, but let's support Butthole Surfers. If you like them when you hear them, please subscribe to their channel, like and comment the song. And if you're able to, purchase any music or merch that they might have out there. Okay. I'm all about supporting the musicians. That is the main focal point always on my channel. Support them first, please. Support me second. I'd appreciate that. Which brings me to my wonderful Fantastics up on screen. Down. Thank you. My Patreon is only $1 a month, everyone. So if you're able to, I really appreciate your support. It goes back into the channel to help pay some of these behind the scene bills because they're not cheap and I'm not rich. Always honest with you. Now, let's get into this song. I play it straight through. I don't pause it because I really like to get immersed into a song. I don't like to, if I pause it, I just lose my feeling. And who wants that? So anyway, hold on and wait until Tazzz reacts. Nice beat.
Marky got with Sharon, and Sharon got Sharia. She was sharing Sharon's outlook on the topic of disease. Mikey had a facial scar and Bobby was a racist. They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in Texas. Tommy played piano like a kid out in the rain, and then he lost his leg in Dallas. He was dancing with the train. They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugar and softly spoken lies. You never know just how to look through other people's eyes.
Hot pursuit and fiery auto crashes. Some will die in hot pursuit while sifting through my ashes. Some will fall in love with life and drink it from a fountain that is pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You
broke a knife while arguing in traffic. Flipper died a natural death, he caught a nasty virus. Then there was the ever-present football player rapist. They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in Texas. Ollie caught a bullet, but it only hit his leg. Well, it should have been a better shot, got him in the head. They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche, coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You never know just how you look through other people's eyes.
This is, I'm trying to think of what to say because, this is unscripted. Good stuff. Um, this is a perfect example of to never judge a book by its cover. Many of you, and you know who you are, would look at this song, this group name, Butthole Surfers, and say something stupid or whatever, and you would just bypass right, go, and not even listen to it or anything like that. Um, and I'll be honest, I might have done the same thing. Like if I just leisurely was like, let's say, scrolling through YouTube and saw this name, I might. But usually I don't because something happened to me a long time ago. This is a true story, which changed my outlook on life till this day. True story. I'll try to make it quick. Back when I was 18 years old, I worked at a job, um, and there was a Christmas party, our first Christmas party at the Marriott Hotel. They said dress comfortably. So we got there, me and a friend of mine who also worked there at the time. We get there, the DJ was this like guy in his 80s, and I'm serious, like in his 80s, who had on a tuxedo. And me and my friend looked at each other and said, oh my goodness, this is going to probably play all these oldies songs and stuff like that, and we're going to be bored. Because, I was 18 and I think she was 20 something. First song he played was a famous, iconic rapper, Rob Bass, called It Takes Two. The song was called, which is one of my favorites, still is. Till this day, from 18 years old to now I'm 54. Back then, I'm saying real quick, I learned to never judge a book by its cover. When you looked at this old DJ in a tuxedo, you wouldn't think the first song he's going to play is some rap song. And he did. Now, I like all types of music, not just rap. But my point is never judge a book by its cover. I live by that mantra since 18 years old. This is no exception. So I won't just quickly assume that I'm not going to like something by what I hear or see. So I was waiting to see what I heard, seeing if I was going to like the song, and then be honest about it. I liked it. If you saw me, my facial expression and everything like that, like I was getting into it. Um, they're very, very clever in a good way. Like, very catchy guitar riffs, very catchy beat that draws you in, and I love that. But at the same time, the lyrics and this meaning are very somber, very saddening. That's a really strong juxtaposition. Um, but it's something that I think is important, the somberness, because here's the thing. Of course, we all love sugary sweet songs and songs that are fun and songs that make you laugh or songs that are just to make you get up and dance. But it's important, I feel, to also have songs out there that have powerful meanings and give you a deeper sense of life and death, because we shouldn't brush that under the proverbial rug. This song gave me like that depiction of mortality and how fragile it can be. At first, I was wondering what all these flashes are, and I was like, there seems like a commonality in it. You know, that juxtaposition between black and white and color in the video. The black and white is like relating back to the past. It felt like the protagonist was relating back to past events, past people that they knew, perhaps, um, and things that they went through and tragedies and stuff like that. Also, I got to say, seeing Eric Estrada in there, I'm showing my age. I used to watch the TV show Chips, which Eric Estrada was in. It was a cool show. I didn't watch it faithfully, but when I saw him in there, I was like, "What does he have to do with Butthole Surfers?" So that's cool. Like they somehow know each other. Um, but the song was very dark, talking about mortality and about the, basically accepting it, knowing that it's going to happen, knowing that it's something you can't avoid. Um, Now you can avoid bad things that you do through life or bad decisions that you make and stuff like that. You can avoid those possibly in life, being maybe they wouldn't lead to tragedies, but the whole death itself you can't avoid. Unfortunately, it's going to happen to all of us at one point. We just hope that it happens way, way down the line. As long as you're healthy. Like I personally don't want to be around in my 80s and 90s. I mean, unless I can still do things like walk and stuff like that. If there comes a point where I can't walk or pretty much do anything, or let's say you're in a hospital, heaven forbid, on support systems, I don't want that. But to each his own. But the fragilities of life and stuff like that is what this song feels like it was delving into, which is very, very deep. Can you agree? Tell me your thoughts on this. And I keep in mind, I only heard this once without pausing it. Some of you may have heard this a whole bunch of times, but that's what I got, the premise, the gist of it all. And I think that's important. We need to understand that with life, there's death. We also need to know to respect it. We also need to know if there's ways that we can try to avoid it. Like I said, doing stupid knucklehead things down in your life that could have avoided tragedies and things like that, or imprisonment, or whatever case may be that just messes up your life in some way. So yeah, that's my thoughts, and I'm sticking with it. And I love their vibe. I love how he changed from like singing, like rock singing or whatever, alternative singing, to like he was like talking, like it was almost like poetic when like he did like the talking parts, like he was just like a poet. So I loved how his, I don't know what you call that, his vocal abilities changed and how the music changed and got, and in some of the music part, the instrumental part, some parts made me think actually of the Beastie Boys, like that zoom, 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 zoom. I don't know what it's called. I'm being honest, but it made me think of like a song, I can't remember the name, but by the Beastie Boys. So it gave me that vibe. So that's a compliment because I like the Beastie Boys. So very, very, very unique song. A lot of juxtapositions and stuff like that, which I like that. It's very different, unique. It's not something I normally hear in that format or see. So I like that. It makes them stand out in my brain. I don't know much more about them, so please educate me. Okay. So yeah, replayability meter part. This is the part of the show. Well, yeah, is this a song I would listen to again and again and again, and or put on my playlist? Drum rolls. Yes, duh. After everything I said, okay. And favorite lyrics part. The favorite lyrics part was I bought it was the chorus. I guess that would be. So up on screen. I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You never know just how to look through other people's eyes. That is deep, especially that last part. Like, you don't know how you look through other people's eyes. Like, you can be living one way and you might think you're doing fine, but someone looking out into your life and looking at you can see your fallacies or see your problems or see your woes or see your happiness, whatever the case may be. You may be blinded to things that you're doing and stuff like that. And sometimes it could take an outside source to maybe give you a reality check. Depending on who it is and the situation, and if it's genuine, it might be a reality check that you need. Or an affirmation like, hey, good job, you're doing good, or you look great. So it could also be a positive thing. That's how I take it. So yeah. Um, is that everything? I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Yeah, so tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you like this song, don't like the song, give me your perspectives and things like that. Did I do a thumbs up yet? I forget. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, pass. I do like this. I think that's everything. Yeah, so unscripted people, but that's how I like it. If you want to see another song that I reacted to, because there's a lot, I definitely want you to check out over there, okay? I want y'all to take it easy and keep it breezy, and I hope that you survive the month of Scaretober.